MarketStrategy.com.
Hi, this is Chris again, looking at the upcoming Monday, 22nd of September trading session. In front of you, I have the very abbreviated economic calendar. Almost nothing out there worth paying attention to. Existing home sales out of the United States. That, of course, this is the month-over-month rate and the build rate. Of course, we'll move the stock markets in the United States, and then the Chinese come out with HSBC manufacturing PMI numbers. If they're really bad, if they're below 50, they could suggest a contracting economy, which would be a risk-off event. Beyond that, I don't anticipate the calendar to move much as far as the markets are concerned. Existing home sales by far the biggest announcement, and that will affect the S&P 500, the Dow Jones, that type of thing. That being said, look at the S&P 500. We tried to break out during the session on Friday, have failed, but I don't despair. I don't think that we've got any serious problem. I think we're just going to go back into the consolidation area that we were in before, probably drifting a little bit lower, maybe looking for some support. Supportive candles have me buying calls down there, short-term calls, and a move, of course, above the top of the shooting star is very bullish and sends the market on its next leg higher. Quite frankly, I think the S&P 500 is going higher over the longer term anyways, so this is a buy-only market. Looking here at the euro dollar, you can see that we are drifting down towards the 1.28 level. I'm recording this towards the end of the day in America, though, on Friday, and quite frankly, there's not enough out there to push this market down. 128 still looks to be very supportive, and it's very supportive on the longer term charts. As I pull up a weekly chart, you can see that we are definitely at a place where the buyers could step in. Even though this hammer has been broken to the downside, I still think that we are going to get a bounce sooner or later. This is a sell-off that's been pretty brutal. Pretty much everything's got to be baked into the market at this point in time. So I actually believe that perhaps buying a call could happen on short term. Keywords being short term. If we close significantly below 128, then fine. You can start buying puts again, but really that's what it's going to take. It's going to take a daily close well below that level for me to actually risk trading capital to the downside. I don't think we go above 130, don't get me wrong, at least in the short term. I just think that a bounce is due. If you had any doubts as to the strength of the US dollar, all you have to do is look at the British pound. You can see where we had heard the Scots were staying. We went to 165. Here we are just about 12 hours later. We're 200 pips below. Ugly chart to say the least. 162.5 is supportive though, so we have to see whether or not we can get below there. If we get below there, then buying puts would be the way to go. As far as buying calls are concerned, quite frankly, I'd be too afraid to do it at this point. So either we get the signal to go negative or we just stay out. Silver markets look absolutely horrible, and we have broken down. And in fact, let me pull up a longer term chart. There is a descending triangle here that we are breaking below. It measures $6 conservatively from top to bottom, and that sends us down to the $12 level. And if you look at the longer term charts, $12 right here is an area where we would expect to see support. I think maybe that's where we're going. It's going to be very choppy on the way down there. So the strategy from here is to simply fade every short-term rally by buying puts down to $12. If we get some type of massive supportive candle on the longer-term charts, like a weekly, then fine. Maybe we'll step away from that. But it looks like silver is going to continue this very, very anemic performance that we've seen really for the second half of the year. That being the case, very bearish to the silver markets. And with that, I have taken a look at the upcoming September 22nd trading session.